2:40. Let's make sure that we're connecting here. We've connected. And it's connecting to Facebook.
Very good. We'll need Facebook to respond. One ping only.
Don't put third-party ads in our video. Don't include bumpers, pre-roll, mid-roll. Ensure any pre-recorded content is clearly distinguishable from live content. See, thank you, Facebook, for being. Well, no, we welcome our new Facebook overlords, Darren.
We do. We do. We promise, unlike YouTube, not to take pictures of corpses in the woods in China. Well, that's the first thing we're going to promise to do.
So the game that I say that we're playing is The Sims 4 Parenthood. That's what I think that's great. I think I'm going to put that on our Twitch channel too, that we're playing. Because they ask you what game you're playing when you stream. I say that we're Sims 4.
Sims 4, yeah. Like, how, yeah, I literally am. Yeah, yeah.
All right, you've got 30 seconds, man.
Not literally. I'm figuratively playing Sims 4 Parenthood.
Okay, and finish.
Like, you seriously can't, like, you can't have a thing unless they sit. Unless you
What? Oh, they just totally screwed me.
What did they do?
Live.
What did they do?
I have to type it over again. Shit, I've got 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Oh, Facebook, you're killing me.
Facebook.
Well, we're supposed to go live, so I mean
Yeah.
we're on the other channels going live. So Facebook. So I'm gonna do the opening scroll. You go ahead and scroll.
All right.
And I'll see if I can fix Facebook here.
Very Dad Ideas is a live streaming show with 2 dads, a voice actor and an animator, who put the kids to bed and get permission from their wives to dick around on their expensive computers. They have been known to say things like bag end, loose stool, forgotten garters, chummed ocean, ham-fisted, jam-handed, toe-ringed, slew-footed, waffle gridiron, tasticles, and at AT and T's.
Welcome to Very Dad Ideas. My name is Nye. It's a show where we put the kids to bed and we make shit up. Darren, we were going to go live on Facebook tonight, but
We were.
right at the last minute, they
Facebook
knocked
got
us
scared.
off. So, you
Got
know,
scared.
that's okay. I think it was like Zuckerberg was like, I can't handle these guys, right?
No.
Not
no,
right
now. They have way too much purple going on, and I don't want to be any part of it. They frighten me. That guy's wearing a Decepticon t-shirt. That's not inclusive.
That's not going to be that's not Facebook content.
No, that's not Facebook content. We're not going to have it.
So, Darren, this is our pilot episode, or official pilot episode. We've been in prototyping phase from this point, but now we're actually supposedly live. We are live. We are live. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look and let's welcome ourselves into the new year by going live.
Yeah, well, so we are on at this point Twitch, Periscope, and YouTube, and Facebook is now in that magic hanging thing. So join us on Twitter or Periscope or something else. Because
if you're coming to us from the old Twitters or anything other than Facebook, this one's a special one for you. You get the bonus show. You get what we were going to give Facebook.
So this episode is we're going to talk about things that scare the shit out of us.
Yeah, we are.
So as new dads, we think about a lot of stuff, and so
a little bit about that. Now, like, what are you talking about? What new dad? How new are you? What kind of kids you talking?
So I have a 2-year-old and I have a 3-month-old. So I'm right in the thick of it. And you, my friend, you have?
I have a 5-year-old, and then I also have a 6-month-old.
Mm-hmm. So you can give me some advice, like you're just ahead of me on the newborn, but you're actually way ahead on both. So,
but we're both sort of like wiped out. Like that's sort of like the end of the day. Like 2 kids wipes you out. I was always with one kid. I was like, oh, I wonder, it's probably not so bad, right?
It's not so bad. It's good.
Oh, it's probably like you just roll the second kid, just put him in your pocket, and you just go about your business. And that is not That is not what the second kid does to you. The
No,
second
it's
kid is
not.
a whole other kid.
No, it flatlines you, man. It puts you all the way
Really does.
down. So we decided we would get together and make this show, which has been kind of bumpy and fun, but here we are in our pilot episode. So, Darren, let's talk about what scares the hell out of us.
Talk about what scares the hell out of us?
Yeah, and then maybe we'll get some special guests in to comment on those as we
Okay,
move forward.
all right.
Yeah. So why don't we start with you? You got something to kick us off, or do you want to or do?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So my kid's 5, and like the last, probably last 3 months or so, usually maybe once a month, I'll go to this place called High Scores in Alameda. I live in.
This is a video game place, right?
Video game place, and they have all the arcade games, and most of the arcade games are like those multi-video games, so you don't just get one video game in it. There's like 370 of them in it.
Right.
You know, somebody sort of
Yeah,
retrofit.
yeah.
And so the arcade is really just like all of the video games.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, I mean, like you can like pull up Popeye. You know, there's just
What's the name of this place? It's in Alameda.
High Scores.
High Scores.
There's one
okay.
in Alameda. There's one in Hayward.
Okay, cool.
They're great.
It doesn't
You
sound
pay,
very
like, an
scary.
hourly thing, and it's not at all creepy. It's like on one of their like Alameda is pretty much Mayberry, and so it's just right along Mayberry Lane. It's just like you walk in and it's wonderful. Everyone's there is just fantastic. It's like $6 for an hour.
That's
right?
great.
I mean,
Love it.
Ridiculous.
You
I mean,
can't
think of
beat
all
that.
the money in an hour that you could blow through.
So what scares you about that place?
So I take the kid in there, right, and we play all the video games, and the one that he really likes is the Street Fighter game. Now you know the Street Fighter game.
Of course, yeah. It's
like it's
I'm a Mortal Kombat guy myself, but like
Rock'em Sock'em Robots, but like with combos and shit. You just
Sure.
you know, right? That side scroller action. So he just goes and flails on the buttons, and he's just kicking butt.
He's doing really, really well.
Yeah, and I'm playing with him and stuff, and I'm not saying he's like pinball wizard level, but like he beats like a first grader.
So your kid, your kid is scaring you of how good he is at playing games, is what you're saying.
Okay, at first, yeah. At first, I was just like, oh my god, he's going to be really good at video games, which is like, depending on the situation, not really worth much of anything. But like the thing that scared me more was how it made me feel. Because like I'm standing there with the other kid's dad, and like we're both watching these two kids beat on each other with this video game, and I'm like kind of jazzed that my kid is beating this other guy's kid.
Yeah.
That's the thing that scared me, is I was like, oh shit, this isn't just about like watching my kid enjoy himself. Yeah. I'm also enjoying like a part of this that I you sort of have to be careful. You just can't be like, yeah, beat that guy. Yeah. Throw a fireball at him. Like that seems wrong. But yeah.
So something inside you got like scared.
Responded to that and was just like, oh. Yeah.
So how about your kid's ability as a video game player? Do you think that he has like this ability to pick video games up better than you?
Well, he is my son.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like at the most part, I think that part is. This is one of those fighter games that like you can just sort of waggle the joystick and slam on all the buttons and sort of bust out some sick combos without really even trying.
Right.
So, I don't know. At the end of the day, though, what I was left with, I felt a little spooked by myself because I was just like, yeah.
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 So you scare yourself. I like that.
I scared myself.
Yeah. So do you think you have like a little Skeletor comment on video game playing or no?
I do. He-Man, you boob! Whoever told you could play video games in this house? Get out, Beast Man! You bumbling.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Good.
I love that. I love that you can just like grab him and then
it just happens. Yeah,
that's Beast Man. Like,
that's the joy of very dad ideas.
Dude, do you have Netflix? You have Netflix?
Of course I have Netflix. What are you kidding me?
Of course you have Netflix. Have you? Because there's a show on Netflix now. It's called The Toys That Made Us, and it's a 4-part series, and they do.
I've seen this. Yeah, I haven't seen the show, but yeah, cool.
Star Wars. They do He-Man. They do Barbie, and they do GI Joe.
Right.
and I've watched the Star Wars one and the He-Man one, and the He-Man one is dynamite.
Is it great? Is it true that they were going to make Conan? Is it true that they were going to try to make Conan the Barbarian and they just couldn't, and so they?
It's all based off of this one guy took a Stretch Armstrong, right? And just took molding clay and just made this dude, and
like just dude, yeah.
So I mean, if you look at the volumetrics of He-Man, he talks about it in the TV show. It's like you're looking at a guy who's about 750 pounds.
Yeah, and he's got like a little tiny waist, and like his legs come out like this, right? He's like, oh, dude, for our live draw, we should make a He-Man.
I was thinking we should make like some sort of He-Man Street Fighter, like side scroller, like He-Man versus Skeletor.
Fantastic, I love it. Yeah, so that show, I saw like a little teaser for it or whatever.
Yeah.
And I saw that they said for Star Wars the movie made like $7 billion, and then like the action figures though made twice that.
Yeah,
right?
like over the course of Star Wars, it's made like $7 billion, but the action figures have made like that and then another $7 billion. It blows my mind.
It does blow my mind. It's also like, what is that about like humans? That what they want is to like get absorbed by a world, but what they really want is to like.
They want to machine the whole thing. Well, right? Like,
yeah.
Depending on who you are, there's a lot of people. They talk about it a lot in the show. Is that they're like there's people are just sort of they have these massive collections and they go to cons.
Right.
They all sort of flash them at each other. I mean, there's a Boba Fett action figure that's worth $20,000, and it's this big.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that shows you like what our value is about, right? Like we want to spend. Like I'm wearing a Decepticon T-shirt, right? Like it's obvious you're like, I will spend money.
God bless you for
this nerdy thing. Yeah, that's crazy. I'll have to check that out. Toys that made us. It's about basically about action figures, but it's also like Barbie and that kind of stuff too. Right?
There is the Barbie one. I haven't watched that one. I'm sort of like that's probably the least important one to me. But I'm watching the G.I. Joe one because of the ones it was like Star Wars, He-Man, and I think like G.I. Joe. I just didn't own any of the G.I. Joes.
Right.
Guy down the street had all the G.I. Joes, so I would bring like the Transformers, maybe Transformers versus G.I. Joes.
Right.
But it was. Well, it was Kenner, right? It was Kenner before it was Hasbro. Kenner got bought by Hasbro after Jedi. After Jedi, there's like they call it the Dark Times, and like the Star Wars people, they're just like there were no more toys.
Yeah.
Lucas didn't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
No, it's good stuff. So about the stuff that I'm scared of, things that I've been thinking about in terms of
what scares Nye?
What scares Nye?
Purple backgrounds.
It's like purple backgrounds. So I've been like just I don't know. I can't stop thinking about the fact that I think all of our jobs are going to be like made by robots,
Oh yeah.
And that really kills me because I think
machine learned out.
Yeah, machine learned out, right? So like I've just been reading about it, which is the worst thing to do. It's sort of like oh, look at this, my fingernail looks bad. Let me like Google fingernails.
Yeah, let me get on WebMD and see what a bad fingernail.
Right, and so then you're like spending forever like looking through different things about your fingernail, and so like it's really easy to just be like, oh well, how does machine learning work and whatever, and you're watching YouTube and you're watching. It's scaring me more and more and more because what kills me is that like I sort of understand it in a way, which is like you have these things here and these things here, and it's like, let's say you have a picture of a man. This is a picture of a man. Yes. This is a picture of a man. Yes. This is a picture of a boy. No. And you train it, and it goes into this predictive model, and it does this and does that. On the other side, it says, oh, with 67% accuracy, I can recognize a man. And it just shows you that these things that are just kind of on our desks now have the ability to like rapidly take in data, squish it, and learn very, very quickly. And it just makes me think, like, what is
that's a really just I'm gonna start because that the way you explain that is pretty easy to comprehend. I mean, like it's like you sort of set up a basis. You set up like for every fourth man it'll be a boy.
Yeah, or a girl or a dog, right? You just keep feeding it pictures, and you say, yes, this is a man. And what it does is it takes. If you think of those as two columns with like a check mark or an X, and you just keep showing pictures, and if there's a check mark or is it, And then you're talking about hundreds of thousands of pictures, just like going.
Right.
And what it does is it takes it into these things, and it says, well, this one had green dots, and this one had noses, and it tries things out, and then it spits it out and says, I think it's this, and you say, no, this one was wrong, but this one's right, and it comes back, and every time it gets better, and it's just like,
it'll happen fast.
What? I mean,
that's why Stephen Hawking's scared, right? He's like, you guys, what the fuck are you doing?
But I really
that's actually his voice. That's actually how he does sound.
You should watch out for it. No, I'm not going to go there. But like, I
think
you
guys, come on. I fell.
He just gets out of the
don't
chair.
Don't make any more robots.
Oh, we should do that.
Are you bumbling morons? Why are you making more robots? It's gonna steal all of our jobs. You think I'm gonna be bad guy of He-Man when a robot is doing my job?
Dude, that is pretty tense. That is a very well, and I think I'm just like very scared now of machine learning. Like in the middle of all that, I just imagine like like a couple of robots sort of taking our jobs, like being
this show
in front of the camera and sort of talking about how hard it is to like kill all the humans.
We have to do that at some point. Just like see if we could get some machine learning bots on the show. Be like, hey, how long is it before you're gonna come and kill us?
Okay, can I ask that? And I'll be like, it's a 67% chance I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, right. But the predictive model will get better, and then we'll all be
78% chance that I'm gonna kill you now.
So I think Darren, I think before we go to break, I think you should fight Darth Vader. What do you think? I think that we should end this segment with a fight with Darth Vader.
Oh Christ, he's here.
All right, folks, that's our first segment.
Yeah, that's our...
While Darren fights Darth Vader, we're going to go to a quick break, and then we'll be back with a live draw where we're definitely gonna do a He-Man, and then maybe something with robots like trying to kill us.
Wait, it's like a Steve Martin reference.
All right, we'll be right back. Yes, so we're back and transition. We're back. We're doing a live draw. Yeah, there we go. We're back. This is our second segment where we do our live draw. We're going to do, what did we say? We were going to do Masters of the Universe.
We were going to talk about the Golden Globes. Now, did you see?
I did not see the Golden Globes.
Yeah, I didn't either. I've never seen the Golden Globes.
Though I feel like everyone was posting Oprah. Maybe we should do a He-Man Oprah. That's what we need to do.
Okay, yeah. Hang on. Yeah, throw it up.
No, I didn't see the Golden Globes, Darren.
No, I didn't either. I wanted to do that joke because everyone's talking about the goddamn Golden Globes.
Are they really? Everyone's talking about it?
Everyone's talking about it on Facebook, which means everyone's going to the bathroom a lot. That's the only time I'm really on Facebook is when... Oh, wait, it's just because they didn't pick us up. It's just because Facebook ignored us today that I'm saying that. It's not true. I never go to the... So...
You never take
it on Facebook.
Right. This is my my He-Man Oprah, I guess.
Oh yeah. Oprah kicking the shit out of Skeletor.
Oh, Oprah.
Oprah Winfrey, I will take you
all
the way to Castle Grayskull.
Castle Grayskull, well, you can interview me to the end of time.
Watch me stamp about on your couch, Oprah. I'm getting married. A skeleton man.
So tell me.
Can't handle it.
So tell me about Skeletor, the actor, right? Didn't we did some research on this guy?
I did a little research on him, Nye. The guy Alan Oppenheim was not only the voice of Skeletor, but he was also Man-at-Arms. He was Cringer, so he was also Battle Cat, and then he was Merman and Buzz-Off and Chimera and Negator, and he was quite a few.
What's his name again?
Man-at-Arms. He was Man-at-Arms and he was Skeletor. Didn't he didn't trust much, just like always knowing, if he was going to be Man-at-Arms in himself or Skeletor in himself.
He-Man, you're a responsible superhero. Prince Adam, however.
Wait, Man-at-Arms knew. I don't even have the mythos.
No, I think it's Orko and Man-at-Arms. Right? I think those are
sorcerers. The sorceress knew Prince Adam was.
But Man-at-Arms is not a sorcerer, though, is he? He was just like a.
He's Teela's dad, and Teela didn't know.
Is that the girl with the wings out of her head or something, or?
No, that's the sorceress.
Oh,
she could turn into an owl or an eagle, some sort of blue and red and white bird.
So apparently, I don't know my my He-Man either.
Skeletor, me and my Havoc staff will make short work of you, Oprah.
Darren, you know what the Havoc staff.
You bumbling nincompoops.
You know when
bumbling dolt.
They're gonna make this movie and like.
Yeah, so where are they making the movie?
I don't know. They've optioned. Who knows? But they're gonna make Skeletor. His skin is gonna fall off or something. It's not gonna be.
Oh yeah. They're
like,
gonna tell some sort of origin story.
Yeah,
where Skeletor
exactly.
Was like,
exactly.
I worked for King Randor. He's a son of a bitch,
And he shoved my head into a vat of oil.
How's this for a dental plan, He-Man?
Did he have anything? Did he have anything on his shirt? I don't think he had anything. Like
Skeletor, he just.
But he was just as buff as He-Man was. Like
everybody was like fucking caked in muscle.
Well, because they're masters of the universe, right?
Once you've mastered the universe, Nye.
Yeah.
You'll have a body like this.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not going to happen for you right now.
So this is my
master of the universe.
This is my Masters of the Universe Oprah, and everyone's like, Oprah for president. Is she going to announce president? I'm like, oh god. Is that?
They all have Trogdor arms. I love that.
This little Oprah microphone here.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll do.
Well, she's gonna kick the shit out of him, and then she's gonna ask him about how he feels about it.
And then Skeletor has like one of these.
My Havoc staff.
Is that what it is? A Havoc staff?
Yeah, I have that burned into my brain for whatever reason.
Does it? Couldn't he like shoot from the top?
And
of
it's
it?
like I like how you make it sort of look like maybe it's like Disney's head. Dude, how long before like Disney sets its sight on Skeletor and buys that franchise from Hasbro?
Oh god, they're just gonna buy. It's just gonna be bought. Everything's going to
They
be bought.
probably already bought them. That's the joke's on me.
Yeah. I can't wait to see like the Disney crossover content that we're gonna get. It's gonna be like Mickey Mouse, looking at camera and like, like Wolverine's claw.
Yeah, or just like, or he'll defend it, or Mickey Mouse will defend him. Mickey Saber, ha ha ha! Power, take this kyber crystal, you son of a bitch! I'll fucking slay you!
Use the force!
Use the force or not, either way, you're a dead man! You're done!
Yeah, Donald joins the dark side.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, that sort of makes sense, right? They're always sort of, Donald's always getting short shrift from Mickey. Mickey always gets to be there.
Yeah,
Donald always gets to be the insane one.
I find that the ducks in the cartoon, in the Golden Age cartoon universe, were always kind of shortchanged, right?
Really? Yeah. Everyone's smarter than the ducks in the Frizz Frillings and the.
Yeah. The dark side is a path to power.
The dark side's a magical place. It's magical. I'm gonna pwn you a new noob hole, you nitwit.
The power to destroy a planet is nothing against the dark side.
I told you. I'm trying to eat my way through all 6 of the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, how's that going? Where are you at?
I just started Empire. I can't tell you how hard it was to see those first 3 again.
You mean the crap ones, not the old ones, dude?
Yeah, the prequel ones where basically it was just about people who had like different designs from the Academy of Art University, just like vehicle. Just every time that movie's based, all 3 of the first movies were just basically about vehicles taking off and like landing someplace, and then doing one of those sweet pans by the camera where you get to hear awesome audio and just like it's just like a different fucking engine.
It really is. It's just like.
And it's great. I love weed. Like, I love to smoke weed and just like have that shit just pass in front of the camera over and fucking over. But at a certain point, you're like, wait a minute, man. Where's we gonna do like?
Is there a plot here? Like, I don't.
What are we doing here, man? We're just driving in space.
What is the dude with the long ears, man? He like sucks. And like Yoda jumping around. I mean, it's I don't know.
Oh my god!
I'm glad you're doing the classic ones. I think the classic ones are, I don't know,
it's
Empire.
Funny how good Star Wars is. I mean, it's just really good, but it's not that great in 1080. It's not that great in 1080p. You don't want to watch it in 1080p. 480 is about as high as you want to go.
It's a little limited. Well, let's do
that Darth Vader costume at 1080p is not. You don't want to be. It just looks like just random duct taped.
So this is our result of our live draw. We did a He-Man Oprah. We did Skeletor wearing a Gold's Gym. We had a nice little discussion about what was this thing called?
Look at that Palpatine look on Mickey Mouse's face. Like,
what is the name of the Skeletor's staff?
It's my Havoc staff.
Yes,
Yes,
Havoc staff. Like you learn something, everything on, and this is Mickey.
It's not worth knowing, but you will learn something.
Oh, you'll learn things for sure. All right, we're gonna take our last break. I do want to apologize. Jen has turned in both of her tracks. I haven't had a chance to sync it with, so I'm hoping in future shows we're gonna see.
She is a magnificent.
Oh, you got to hear this funk one, man. She's got like one that's like hardcore that you're gonna hear one in this break. But there's one that's a little bit more mellow and one that's really funky. Hey, what's going on, Lisa Miller? And people talking. I don't know. What's up? What's up, Hacken Demirkaya? I can't read your name.
Catilde? I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at there. Hey, what's up? How are you?
Yep. So. Music. She's like, get on with it. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our final segment. Thanks a lot.
Yes, indeed we will.
This. We are back.
We're back.
We're back.
I can't
Thank you.
believe you stuck around. If
I
you
know.
stuck around.
I don't
Did
think
anyone
it.
stick
No,
around?
there's no one stuck around. It's
No one's
cool. So this is
Lisa,
the last
She's already out.
segment of the show.
The last
hey,
segment.
Lisa, welcome. How are you doing? How you doing, babe?
Lisa Miller, are you married to anyone on the show?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that why you're here?
Is that why you're here? There's a huge delay on Facebook or on Periscope, so Lisa's like hearing everything we say like 3 minutes after the fact. So let's give you the chance. I mean, let's just give you a chance to do some Shockwave for a little bit, and then we'll talk about where we're going with this show. Ready to do some Shockwave? Ready to do some Shockwave?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here you go.
You don't understand. The space bridge needs the modulators. The modulators. Someone get that. Get the weakest Autobot. Oh, I will. I'll get him because I'm Shockwave.
Oh no.
We had to come out of it because Darren started like losing his voice on that one.
I'm not a very good voice actor, actually. I hired very much to do much of anything.
That's not true. I hired you.
Terrible.
So,
Can I really quick pitch to you an idea? Because there's
do it.
Have you noticed that there's an awful lot of TV shows about cops or lawyers or first aid, like first responder type, like the whole 911, right? There's another show.
Yeah, another one of those.
I would just like to pitch a show where like the first responders to the scene are just actors.
Oh, okay.
You think that's a bad idea?
Well, go with it. I want to know. Take it.
No,
through.
I mean, so you have, like they show up in place of cops or ambulance drivers.
But they're not really that good at.
No, they're just actors. They're just there to sort of, kind of, see what's going on, like sort of maybe like heighten the mood.
But do they sound like they know how to handle the situation, or
they're actors? I mean, who knows what they'll pick to do, right? They'll just like they'll sort of they might join the bad guys or they might join the good guys, or they might just sort of like,
so is it like 911 emergency? Someone is like gushing blood, whatever it is, and these actors
right, and they
show
send
up,
some actors on the
and
scene.
they're like, okay, I've got this taken care of. I'll whatever.
And
just
they can't do
put
any
some
of it.
leaves on this,
See, right? I mean, like, there's a channel for that.
Right.
That could go on. All right. Well, and let's see what else to.
Oh, you had another pitch. I love that. Do the alien one.
I want an aliens art real time strategy game, and it's basically I'm basically just talking about putting a skin on StarCraft. You can just take the StarCraft,
but make them like the aliens from Alien.
Aliens, the Predators, and the humans. I mean, like if you read the StarCraft lore, it's basically they've taken some of the things from all of those three Hollywood.
So the thing about that is like the reason why StarCraft did what it did was because those are huge licenses to pay.
Right.
I mean, it's better to own your own character.
But when they first did StarCraft, we hadn't done an Aliens versus Predator. We've already they've already had. It's just like, if you could make where the units were like Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger and shit. I like this. This is good. This whole thing.
Yeah, I changed up your background because the other one wasn't
working.
working.
I'm throwing out my pitch.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
it's really a good idea. Yeah, honestly, like why don't they just sell that? I mean, like they could make so much coin on that. Just buy the StarCraft
engine and
then just
like
skin
that right back on top of it. Sure.
You hire Hicks in for a couple of voiceover lines. You hire Sigourney Weaver in
for sure.
You hire a fresh get away from her, you bitch, because you know that the Marines are going to need to bust out the yellow loaders.
Get off my plane. Yeah.
But they're going to come out in different configurations and get the aliens off her planes. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. So if you're out there and you're a video game designer and you also have access to the license for the
just
Predator
Just
and
do
the
that real
Aliens
fast.
and everything else, please make that happen. Darren was waiting patiently for you to...
I have I have another half an hour before I have to go back to being a parent. So if somebody can just make that game right now, I will play it. And then I will go back and still be a parent. I need to play. I need to be able to play as a Predator for a second, and then also switch into a load, like
So the third part of our show is enough for it's the time where Darren gets his hopes and dreams out, but it's also where we talk about where the show is and where it's going and what we want to be doing with it. And so this is as our pilot. We've got a long big mountain in front of us. So what kind of stuff are we? I actually liked bringing scary ideas in. I thought that was good. I also we have our dad. I think it's a lot about
being a parent, especially since like you've been a parent for a couple of years. I've been a parent for a couple of years, and just I lived a lot more life not being a parent, and these ones where I am are like way scarier than any of the years before that. Right?
Yeah, no. Well, I think it also puts it in stark contrast because before, when you fucked up, it was just you who was fucking up. Yeah. But then when you're now responsible, every fucked up feels like, oh my god, that's a fuck up.
You just sort of walk around in it more. You're just like, what? To fuck up like that.
Yeah. Shit, I hope I'm not fucking up right now.
I did. I just fucked up again.
Oh, fuck. I just fucked up. Yeah.
It keeps happening.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's a big part of why we decided to do this show was just because we wanted to share. I even think. Yeah, even right now, one of my kids is crying. So.
Yeah, we wanted to front load the evidence for Child Protective Services so they could just go to this database to see why we're bad and just sort of try to get along.
Oh, and that really
there's one.
That really is my kid screaming. Let us. Let's. I'm derailed. I don't know. I've got nothing.
Okay.
You know what? You're gonna fight. You're gonna fight later while we.
Yeah. Oh shit! No time. I've got it. Everyone, go on. I'll hold him off.
Oh man.
He is really good.
He's a really crafty one. He's
he is Darth Vader.
Yeah.
He's not some sucker Maul, or even a count. There was one count. And he's actually if you watch him, he actually looked like he was having a couple of bits of fun somewhere in filming Attack of the Clones, a movie where I don't think anyone had a good time at all ever.
But he looked like he had fun.
There's a couple of close-ups of what's his name? He's like the famous vampire, in movie. I mean, he's been filmed forever.
Yeah.
He just recently died the last couple of years.
Christopher, Count Dooku and Saruman and
and he was Saruman. Yeah,
he just died. Oh, that's right.
Or just in the last couple of years. But anyway,
Lee, I think he's still alive.
Christopher Lee.
Isn't he still alive? Maybe. I don't
know. Now that you mention it. Anyway, he's probably the only thing in there. Look, Sam Jackson looked so bummed to be in that, especially the second one.
Yeah, he was like, "What did I do? Oh, and my lightsaber's purple. This is so embarrassing."
But I really wanted a purple lightsaber.
All right, so we do this we're gonna do this every Tuesday night at 9:30. We're gonna try to get some people to come and hang out with us, so we're just not being dipshits for the whole time. We're gonna draw. We're gonna fight Darth Vader. We're gonna do Skeletor. I think we need to do one more Skeletor before we call it. Don't you think?
Can we please? Can we do a little Skeletor?
So why don't we let's do this right now. Why don't we get a topic and let's just do whatever comes to our head on Skeletor.
Okay. Is there anybody in the audience? Is it just Lisa?
I don't even think Lisa. I think Lisa's with.
Lisa's not there.
Well, let me double check. Let me check. There might be someone on YouTube, dude. YouTube person, if you're there, let us know.
Give us a sign.
Give us a sign. I don't know.
Is there a certain topic you would like to hear Skeletor say anything about?
No, don't think so. So let's just come up with something. Let's say machine
Let's
learning.
let's do Skeletor Seinfeld.
Skeletor Seinfeld. Okay.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. There we go.
What is the deal with you, Beast Man? I mean, it's like I come in, you haven't showered in days. I'm saying, what is the deal with you, Beast Man?
Is that it? Is that your Seinfeld Skeletor?
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's
That-
pretty good.
Yeah. Might not never need to do it again. But
Cool. All right. Well, let's call it. And this was our good pilot. I'm sorry about Facebook not being, but we'll be back every week. Darren.
that's right. That's right, Facebook.
Do you want to let us know what the credits are before we call it?
Yeah, I would like to. I would like to let
Just-
you guys know.
Just do it. Whatever. Just let it happen.
Just that we're doing this. It's produced by Nyward Burden and myself, and then we've also very lucky that Jennifer Remington has supplied us with all the music that is in the show, and she has a website. It's HeyDog with 2 G's. That's HeyDodzz.com. Check out her stuff, and we are live every week, 9:30 on Tuesdays. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, which
And Facebook
clearly
now.
is Periscope. And Facebook.
Well,
Not this
maybe
time.
not this time, but in
this
the
time.
future, we're gonna be.
Yeah, in the future, and then just follow us at Very Dad Ideas.
Yeah.
Any questions or comments or complaints or anything like that you want to discuss, or maybe just rant? Hit that at verydadideas@gmail, and
Yeah.
we will make fun of you at a later date.
And I'm gonna bring this up just so I can show it to everybody who is here. Is our
Right there.
is our website that we've just. I haven't updated this in the last week and a half because I have kids.
Yeah, no, you can't ever really just peel yourself away.
Not this website.
You also have a
I
job.
didn't make Google, so I guess I haven't updated some. But all of our prototyping and all of our stuff that we've been figuring out, the things that we've drawn. Remember we talked about Tommy Wiseau.
Oh.
We talked about what was this Space Thanksgiving we did.
Yeah, Space Thanksgiving.
And some cartoons that I do, and then all of our. And look at us. You
Look at us. Look at the prototypery.
the prototypery. In fact, let's go all the way back. You see where we've been coming from.
Yeah, no,
This is where we used to be. Remember this?
Yeah, no, I remember that. That was that, And then there was the rig.
The whole rig. So the whole show, what we've been doing is online. So if you want to check it out and
Yeah.
if you care as much of what we're doing, and we are going to
Watch
be back.
Nice Trials and Tribulations with OBS Studio and me not doing anything with OBS Studio. Yeah.
But and when do you start playing Dungeons and Dragons? Is it coming up soon?
It's coming up soon. It's either next week or the week after that.
Okay,
I think
so we
not
have
sure.
a couple more episodes before we do Dungeons. We moved to Tuesday nights, so to allow Darren to do a Dungeons and
I
Dragons.
have a
game,
D&D group.
which I think is going to be an episode in itself.
That's how you know you're grown up.
So thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next Tuesday at 9:30. Bye bye.
Yeah.